Hello, Music Herlock here, and today we will be doing a special feature on Boston Institute of Natural Medicine. I have a few questions I would like to ask Dr. Ben Israel, President and founder of Boston Institute of Natural Medicine, as to get more insight on what this institution is about. So, Dr. Ben, since the announcement of your college, what is the response like?
Well, music, let me just first of all thank you for having me. I must say that the response so far has been overwhelming, far more than we were expecting. Not only has it been overwhelming locally, but regionally and internationally as well. However, there are a number of questions that persons have been asking, and I thought it would be suitable to use a platform like this to answer as many of those questions as is possible.
What inspired you to want to establish a herbal college exclusively based on Jamaican and Caribbean herbs?
Well, a number of factors motivated that. One of them is the fact that the instruction and the inspiration to use herbs as a natural alternative healthcare source, is really found in the scripture. The scripture tells us that the Most High has given us herbs for the healing of the nation, and I believe that herbal medicine should be a very integral part of the society, and by extension a very integral part of the ministry. I want to use the opportunity to commend congregations like the Seventh-day Adventists. I myself am not a Seventh-day Adventist, but I want to use the opportunity to commend churches like the Seventh-day Adventists and others. I mention the Seventh-day Adventists because maybe they are the most dominant that comes to my mind right now. For their role and their advocacy as it relates to natural and herbal medicine. They have even gone as far as to implement programs like what we call medical missionary programs, which are programs designed to help persons to have a better understanding as to how to use herbs and natural products around them for health care. Secondly, my goal is to restore herbal medicine to its rightful place of significance in our culture. Cultures like Jamaica and other cultures in the Caribbean in the last 50 years had herbal medicine as its primary means of health care. And so in the last 50 years or so, we have seen a significant shift in that. And my third reason for third reason of inspiration is the fact that Jamaica and the Caribbean has some of the most sought after herbs in the world, sought after herbs in the world, and these herbs are sought after not because of its nutritional content, but of course how it is grown. Most of the herbs in the Caribbean are not grown in a controlled environment. They are grown naturally and organically, and so because of that, I thought it is time for us to see an industry evolving out of such a rich history, out of such a rich resource that is naturally available to us.
Right. So how long is this program? Where will it take place and what's the cost?
The program is 100% online. It's online based, and we are basically using some of the most sophisticated software out there. These software are basically allows us to do allows us to interface with students and allows us to manage the learning process. So basically it's going to be 100% online, and it will take the form of webinars, workshops, seminars, and for more information we have actually uploaded a brochure on our website. If you go to the programs, I believe the program page, then persons can download a brochure that gives them much more information as it relates to the course itself. The present program itself is 30 weeks long, so there's 24 weeks of theory and 6 weeks of internship and practical. We believe in not just the theory, and of course the program there are no textbooks involved because we use open source material. This is the latest pedagogical teaching strategy that we are employing here, where we are using open source material, peer-to-peer learning strategies to engage persons. This is not about persons just regurgitating facts and figures. It's about engaging persons in such a way where whatever they learn basically becomes a part of them. So it's 30 weeks long, 4 weeks of theory and 6 weeks of intern practice, practicum, where we're in a mentor setting. We hope, and I say hope because of this whole social distancing and traveling, we hope that as much students that complete this course will be able to come in during that time. And of course we are based in the lush, beautiful parish of Port Antonio, Portland, and so persons who come should expect to see an exposure to the natural wild flora and fauna that is found in Portland. We hope to have persons engage in herb walks, and so persons will, during their internship, be involved in conducting their own clinics where they will assess persons. They will use an assessment to design health protocols. They will formulate herbal medicine for them, and then they will go on to tracking those persons over that 6-week period to see what their improvement is like. All right, and the cost is it's really $70 to register, and of course we want it to be as minimal as it's possible. So it's only $100 or the equivalent in Jamaican per month.
Reasonable cost. So are there any plans to have any programs or any other programs?
Yes, there are plans to have programs, but not right away. So right now the first program that we have is our diploma in traditional community medicine, and we believe that we're in exciting times. The program basically was in response to an immediate need that we had, and because of that we made sure that the program was designed to meet those specific needs. Mm-hmm. There is a tremendous opportunity because more and more persons are turning to herbal and natural medicine as their primary means of health care. And I also want to say, especially for persons in the Caribbean and in Jamaica, there has been some very recent development that now makes it much more, that makes it even a bigger and a better opportunity to get involved. But we wanted to make sure that the program catered for certain skill sets, and so we see a huge opportunity as it relates in persons getting involved in natural medicine, for the need of content writers, for persons that are formulators of herbal products, consultants, for persons who are involved in herb harvesting, and for persons in dispensary. And so even recently, as early as this week, we had a company that called us wanting the services of somebody who could work with them to formulate products. And so yes, we intend to have other products outside of the traditional community herbalism program, which is our basic program. We're going to have a intermediate program, which is a master herbalist program, and then a third program, which is a clinical herbalist program. And of course we intend to have shorter programs for persons who don't want to go through the entire length and breadth of the program, but just want content that will prepare them for the immediate project that they want to work on at hand. So there are plans in the pipeline for having our intermediate, advanced, and of course shorter programs as well.
So doctor, a next question for you: is the program certified?
That's one of the frequently asked questions that we get. Is the program certified? And the answer to that is absolutely no. The reason for that is because natural medicine is even though it has been around for a very long period of time, mm-hmm. there are a number of political issues around that. But the long and short of it is that it is not an industry that is regulated, and so because of that, the traditional, and let me just emphasize on that, what we're offering is a traditional community herbalism training. This is not a board certified training program. And so there are natural products, natural programs out there, natural medicine programs out there that are board certified programs, and those board certified programs are programs that persons who finish the training have to sit a board certification exam in order to function. This is not a board certified training program because there are no body, there are no institution, there are no organizations out there that are that offer certification at that level. This is herbalism that is based on tradition, and so I want to make that clear. However, even though it is not a board certified program, there are ethical and legal frameworks in which to function, and so in the program we offer that training as well, and so persons can work as consultants, and persons the training has a component that guides persons as to their limitations. What are the limitations? What are the ethical and the legal framework in which they have to work? And so even though it is not a board certified, or even though it is not a board certified program, it is a formal certified, it is a formal program that we're offering based on years of experience, garnered through tradition over the years.
Okay, so are there any facilities for student assistance?
That's another big question that we get. That's another big question that we get. Are there facilities for students who want to do the program but don't have the funding? And I must say that when I started out my training, I got my training absolutely free, and ever since I've always sought for an opportunity to give back, to where possible, to pay it forward. And so I thought long and hard about it, and we have added to our program a student financial assistance program. And so we have a form on the website. There are a lot of persons who are gifted, there are a lot of persons who are naturally gifted and are limited, and so I believe that a lot of those persons do need a chance, they need a breakthrough, just like myself, and so we do. What I'm going to do is use this opportunity to make an appeal. We are going to be offering a few spots to students who don't have the resources to take advantage of it, to take advantage of the training, and so they can go to our website and they can look at the student assistance form, and the requirements are there. But I'm making an appeal to churches because I'm of the firm belief that every single church, every single ministry should have a practicing herbalist in the congregation. And so I want to make an appeal to those pastors, to those ministers, to anyone that is watching us right now who would like to sponsor a student in whatever way you can, to reach out to us, to let us know, and we'll tell you how that can be done. All right, so there are facilities, but we are looking for persons who see the vision. We are creating an industry. We want persons to see the vision and to join, to share, to make this something that will be talked about for generations.
Okay, it was really good having you here with us today, Dr. Ben Israel. These are all the questions that I have to ask. Guys, registrations are now open. Make sure to go over and register at Boston Institute of Natural Medicine.com. Dr. Herlock, is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap this up?
Well, I want to thank, the persons that have contributed to making this a success, my wife, my children. And, I can't forget, when I started out, my training, I needed a mentor. I needed somebody to work with here in Jamaica because I did my training online, of course, overseas. I want to thank persons like Dr. Alvin Morales, who took the time out to take me under his wing, to mentor me and to guide me on this path. And I want to say that that he has changed my life, and there are many others who I can't mention by name because their tenure in my life was not that long, but I've learned a lot from them as well. But what I want to do now is, as I said, that I realize that I am blessed, I am immensely blessed, because over the years I've gathered a wealth of knowledge, and I do want to pass that knowledge on, not only theoretically but practically. There are a lot of things that we won't be able to cover or do during the theoretical aspect of this training, and I'm hoping to meet with as many persons as is possible who can come on down here to Port Antonio, Portland, where we're going to engage them in a practical way, a practical setting, to help them and to develop them. I promise you, if you have no knowledge in herbal medicine, if you have little knowledge in herbal medicine, or if you have a lot of knowledge in herbal medicine, I promise you that this training is going to offer you a lot, because it is going to be offering herbology, not just in a general sense, but from a